All right, ballers, welcome to the channel. This video we're going to talk about smashing the tissue versus percussion. Percussion meaning the Theragun or the hypervolt, things of that nature. Now, they both have their place, but with what we're trying to do with the Unstoppable Ballers, get to the nitty-gritty of what is actually holding you back. When you think about after you've gotten through the first layer of tissue, which is your fascia, all this white stuff right here, and you've probably already watched the video with us teaching you how to scrape, scraping the fascia. It's a different video in and of itself. After you've gotten the first layer broken up, the next layer is now your muscles. Now with your muscles, all this red stuff right here, when they're hypercontracted or overworked, they have what we call calcifications or adhesions. Adhesion is when your muscle is overly contracted, it starts to knot up like this. These little bumps you see right here versus a nice smooth surface. When it's bumpy like that, whether it's in a contracted state or it's locked in a long state where it's lengthened like this, okay, it can be locked here or it can be locked here. Wherever it might be locked, it's causing you a lack of movement, inefficiencies, pain, and problems up and down the chain of your body. So if you have something locked up right here, for example, guys, in your hip flexors, chances are something up the chain, your abs, your lats, shoulders, and even down the chain, knees, feet, are also going to be locked up. It happens as a system and not as separate body parts. And as such, in order to get into this tissue, if you just think about percussion, what it does, say this is a little knot. If I'm just doing that back and forth at it, sure, it slowly lets it relax, but to get to how deep the adhesion is, we won't know that unless we spend some nice direct pressure on it for a long time. It's like the concept of tension over time, right? Just like muscle engagement, tension over time, we need pressure over time in order to release this adhesion. So if you're constantly going back and forth really fast like this, yes, percussion feels nice on the body and on the nervous system, but it doesn't quite get this to fully release because it can't get enough time on there to slowly bring it down to a nice extended position, okay? That time under pressure, that's what we're gonna call this, it's what's needed to get a deep adhesion or a knot that's been there for years to release. Percussion just feels good. It won't get you that deep release. Sure, it gives you some benefit, almost like a warm-up to the deep tissue work. And that's the big change and difference between percussion and deep tissue work. Now here's another example. You can see it on me too, okay? It's one thing to take a Theragun and work my tibialis, okay, while I take my knee over my foot, okay, which is great. It's awesome to have movement and percussion, not a bad idea. You can do that, or you can take the same movement and put this ball right in that tibialis right here and dig into it for a long period of time and feel the discomfort. That's the point here. We actually want you to feel the discomfort because feeling the discomfort will give you the contrast of what discomfort is supposed to feel like and what release is supposed to feel like. Percussion doesn't give you the time to feel the difference. It just goes brrr, back and forth, and you just feel like you got shooken up, and then you feel, oh, I feel kind of nice. But you sitting with the discomfort gives you time to understand the nature of your own tissue. Why is it knotted up? Why is it so tight? Why won't it release? What's preventing me from engaging my muscle? Okay? The other part of what we do with the Unstoppable Baller is teach you how to engage your muscle while you do a deep release on an adhesion. Okay, so if you have this on an adhesion right here on your tibialis, and you're digging into it, you can feel how that's restricting you from actually flexing your foot up to your shin. All right, and the more you push this down, you'll find the more you can actually engage your foot up to your shin. And you won't be able to tell that if you just have something going really quickly into your body. That's the other big important point there. Same thing with if I put a ball on my subscap or my lat right here, guys, and I'm digging into it, think about how this right here, putting lots of weight into my lat right here, versus just putting percussion, how I can actually feel my arms slowly get longer here. Because I can feel how the lat was holding my arm tight before. And the more I lengthen my arm over time, the more I can feel it release. The benefit's threefold with this deep tissue work, because it's not only giving you the release of the actual tissue, but it's also giving you a chance for you to understand the relationship between what's tight, what's not working, and why it's in the way. And then 3, it actually allows you to get stronger over time, because you can actually now engage the muscle that you want. I can engage my lat here better now, because I can feel my lat a lot easier. So I can feel something I can dig into to engage, and then release again. Okay? And that's the primary difference between percussion and deep tissue work. For what we want long-lasting benefits, not just for you to feel good in the moment, hence why we know this is the work that you guys need. The percussion's a nice thing you can do whenever you're relaxing, hanging out. Sure, keep that going as a warm-up, great. Even then you'd be wasting your time. You're better off with a deep tissue tool like a ball, kettlebell, barbell, or dumbbell.